Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Life Together video podcast. You are tuning into a bonus episode, 1.5, because that's how clever I am, another artist spotlight. So I'm here at Asbury University in the New Miller Communication Arts Building, talking with my friend who we done some projects together, Barry Blair. Barry is a Dove Award winning and a Grammy nominated guitar player. Thanks for hanging out with me today, man.
Glad to be here. Awesome.
Well, the pleasure's all mine. I love coming back to my alma mater, and of course we always have a good time talking and
we do
stuff like that. But I want to talk to you about a special project you've got going on. But I also wanted to kind of let everybody know that this isn't your first foray into music, right? You've got some experience in that field.
A little, yeah. I've been doing music for 20 years. I spent a lot of time in Nashville. So right out of college, I was in a band in college, and then right out of college we got signed and moved to Nashville. The name of that band was Audio Adrenaline, and so did that for several years and toured and made records in Nashville in the Christian music industry, and then decided I wanted to go into more of the studio kind of thing and producing other bands, and so I spent many years. I owned my own studio and produced a lot of other bands. And in 2008, I made a Christmas record of my own, an instrumental Christmas record, kind of acoustic folk, a lot of traditional Christmas songs. Also, in the last few years, I've gotten more into film work. So there's a film that I scored recently. And so I've done all kinds of things in music.
We can plug it, I think.
Okay.
I think we can plug it. I'll double check. If not, we'll edit this out. But it's Hope Bridge.
Yeah, the film's called Hope Bridge. And it was shot in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And I did all of the original music for it. So creating all the background music that kind of enhances the mood and makes you feel what the characters are feeling, that sort of thing.
That's excellent. And you can pick it up at Walmart. Right now it is there. It is there, and it's worth checking out, which I'm going to do too. I've seen bits of it. And it really does look good. So I'm excited. Well, that's really cool. So you've got your hands in a lot of different stuff in your experience is vast.
Yeah, and I like doing lots of different things. I never quite know what I'm going to do next. Just whatever kind of inspiration hits, I guess, you know.
The life of a creative, right? Just, you never know. Does it ever happen to you like in the middle of the night when you really need to sleep?
Absolutely.
I hate that.
Well, when I had my own studio in my basement, it was great because you could be inspired at 3 a.m. and just wake up, go down to the studio, and start doing stuff, you know.
But now you got to travel. You got to travel at least a few miles, right, to get to here. So now you teach audio production, engineering, this kind of thing here at Asbury.
I do, yeah. We have a great media communications program, a great facility. That's what we're in right now, and we have film and broadcast in all kinds of areas. But I teach audio production, so my students are interested in either working in a recording studio or in live sound, or maybe in sound for films and that sort of thing. And those are the things I teach.
Very cool. I actually had your inaugural class.
That's right. One of my students.
You were commuting back and forth, and I always remember thinking, man, that's gotta be rough on this poor guy.
Yeah. My first year, I still lived in Tennessee, so I drove back and forth a 4-hour trip each way to teach this class, and that was kind of crazy. But a few years later, I moved up here and started teaching full time, and I love teaching. I love Asbury. So
it's a good school.
Yeah.
We'll plug that too, guys. I'm a grad, like I said earlier, so it's a great program here. The faculty, the staff is great. But I'm digressing. I want to talk to you about this current project that you've got going on. Tell us a little bit about that and what made you decide to do this.
Okay, so again, a few years ago, I did a Christmas record. It was kind of an acoustic guitar instrumental thing, and it did pretty well for me. And I also used it, my wife and I adopted a little girl, and we used that to help raise money for our adoption. And so for a while now, I've been wanting to do a follow-up Christmas record. And so this just seemed like the summer to do it. So this one, instead of being acoustic, kind of folk, it's a jazz record. And so I've put together a kind of a combo of drums and upright bass and piano and electric guitar. And we're working out Christmas songs like Jingle Bells and Winter Wonderland and some of those kinds of Christmas favorites. And so I'm working right now to raise money for it. I'm doing an Indiegogo campaign to try to get the money together that I need, because it always just costs money to make any kind of creative work. You know, it just costs money to get the people and the facilities and everything that you need to just get anything done well.
Agreed. I think that's the thing people forget about the most. To do anything takes some funding, right?
That's right.
And well, that's exciting. So, no, what you said that the Christmas album that you did before to help raise money for your adoption went really well. Can we still get a hold of that, or is that?
It's not available at the moment. But what I'm doing is, as part of the Indiegogo campaign for this new record, one of the contributions for a $20 contribution, you get the new record and a digital download of the old record. So you get both.
I missed it by that much.
Yeah.
I have to donate again. I have to donate again.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? Then this time you had this idea, and what made you go, let's do another Christmas album with a different musical genre?
I just thought that there's a lot of Christmas songs that I love go well in that genre, in kind of a jazz style, and people love Christmas music around that season, you know, and it's just nice to always have some Christmas music playing in your house. And these are songs that everyone knows, everyone will recognize, but they're just done in an instrumental style and with a unique arrangement to make them a little different, a little more, something different to listen to, you know. And so I love a lot of different styles of music, and it just seemed like a great genre to put out something for Christmas.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be cool to do a Christmas album. Too, growing up, there were so many cool ones that came out, and they all rotate now.
Yeah.
And you can always use new stuff to rotate into your Christmas playlist, by the way. I was telling you earlier that I love Christmas music, and if my kids would let me, I would be listening to it before Thanksgiving.
Right.
Through the new year. But as it is, my hands get tied, and they're like, no Christmas music until after Thanksgiving.
Right.
But anyway, the seasons go hand in hand, I think. You know, Thanksgiving and celebration, joy, and hope. I think those are compatible themes.
Well, and you know, if you go into the retail stores, I mean, right after Halloween, Christmas is starting. You know, so
that's right.
The Christmas music's coming out, and the Christmas decorations and all that stuff. So
it does. Well, and even recording this, like we're talking in June, and we're talking about a holiday that's several months away. So just like retail's always ahead, and if you're going to record a Christmas album and release it in time, you got to be working ahead of the curve. So it doesn't feel very Christmassy outside today. That's
right. Yeah, and I've had a few questions about that. I've had some people say, "Really, you're doing a Christmas record in June?" And the main reason, one reason is because I teach, so summer is my good time to work on creative projects. But the other reason is it actually takes about, the big retailers like Walmart and Target and they are buying their Christmas products now. They actually make their orders in late June, early July of what they're going to stock on the shelf. So you have to be at least 6 months ahead of that window, you know, to have a chance to get your product in a retail store.
Gotcha. Yeah, you got to be. Yeah. That makes sense. Everything works ahead of the curve. So you have an Indiegogo campaign. We've wanted to film with an Indiegogo campaign, but what does that look like for people watching that, like, this sounds cool, you know, let's go check this out? They go to the site and they can donate, and there's different increments. And
yeah. So if you're not familiar with crowdfunding or Indiegogo, you just go to the website, and there are different what they call perks. And so for example, for a $10 contribution, you will get a digital download when I'm done with the record of all 10 songs. So it's really almost just like pre-ordering the record, right? For $15, you get a CD version of it in the mail. And then it goes up from there, and so the higher perks get some kind of extra bonus on top of that. You know, my best perks are I'm giving away a couple of guitars. So
that is pretty cool. I saw that.
Yeah, a couple of nice kind of big hollow body jazz guitars that I'll use on the record, and then if someone would like to have those for a certain amount, they can contribute, and then I'll ship that guitar to them when the project's done.
That is super cool. That's a pretty awesome perk, guys. And now there's the set amounts where you can, different tiers, I guess, for donating. But you can also donate a custom sum if you wanted to.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, you can donate any amount you want, and you can also donate. I think there's an option to say, I don't really want a perk, I just want to donate. You know, right. But I think most people look at it really as just pre-ordering the music, at least for a music project. It's just, you know, if you want to go ahead and order a CD, it's $15. By contributing $15, you're going to get a CD when the project's done. You know.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it too, because that is kind of how it feels. Well, that's really cool. Now, there's probably some people that get excited about stuff like this, but maybe they're not at a place to even give $10. I know there's been times in my life where that can strap you a little bit. But what can they do to still help you promote your project?
If you're excited about the project and want to help, the best thing is just share it, especially on social media. So if you have a Facebook page or if you have a Twitter account, there's a way to go to my page on Indiegogo and just click share on Facebook and then share it on your own page. And that way your friends, who I don't know, will see it. And if it's something that interests them, they can contribute. And so the best way for me to get the word out there is for friends to share with friends who share with friends who share, you know.
Right, and it multiplies.
Yeah,
it's people outside of your circle sharing and stuff. I think that's a get us off track, but I think Steve Taylor funded his recent project through Kickstarter.
Yeah, there have been some actually pretty huge projects funded through crowdfunding, and so it's if you have people who are interested in your work, you know, if you have enough of an audience, I guess you could say, then it's a way to get people excited about what you're doing and get it a way to fund projects. Yeah,
which is nice, and you get something out of it. It's not just like you're just giving money away,
right?
Which is also a nice thing to do from time to time. But you get something out of it. In this case, you're going to get a great quality Christmas album, and I'm looking forward to it. I've donated. You should also donate because it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it. Once the project's completed, you've gotten all your funding, all the perks have been sent out. For those that missed, this month run of funding to get in on the front end, is the album going to be available to them after that to purchase?
Well, I hope so. Yeah, there's lots of different possibilities. For sure, at minimum, it'll be on iTunes and Amazon Music and those places where you can download music. And I'd like to have CDs available. And then my kind of ultimate goal would be to have it in retail.
That'd be fantastic.
I would love to have it available in Walmart and Target and those kinds of places. There's a lot of work to do to get to that point. So we'll see if I'm able to accomplish that or not. But first, I just have to get the money through the campaign to make the project.
Right, I'm getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of yourself, right?
If there's enough interest, if there's enough people excited about it and interested in it and who would like to have the music, then we'll be able to finish the project, and if there's not, we won't.
Yeah, which I'm thinking, I'm really feeling like I'm feeling good about it. Yeah. You're getting there. You said you were at 23% of your funding goal?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really good. But still, as time marches on, that number has to continue to go up. So we want you guys to help contribute. Not only are you getting a cool album out of it, but you're supporting local artists. And as you know already, that's something that I'm all about promoting is local artists. Nothing wrong with the mainstream things, but there's something about the artists in our community and what they contribute to our society at large, and then even in our small communities. In our towns and in our cities and things like that. So support them. Now, if this goes well, are you seeing maybe doing more projects in the future?
Like I said earlier, I never know what I want to do next, so I haven't really planned a project after this one, but I'm open to that, for sure.
One at a time.
Yeah, and I still like the idea of working on films as they come along. Maybe other kinds of music. I may do a worship album or something like that.
That'd be cool.
I'm kind of like to put my hands in a lot of different projects. Another thing, talking about just having access to the music afterward. I mean, I definitely would like to get out and play this Christmas record live, and so we'll be looking for opportunities around Lexington at restaurants or clubs that like jazz music. Around the Christmas season to be able to get out and play this music.
So that would be super cool. And there's something that I've always enjoyed live music, in places it's different than just music playing over speakers. There's a certain different ambiance to it.
Yeah.
Or ambiance, or depending on what region you're from. Or how not smart you are, like this guy right here. Me, not Barry, me. That'd be fantastic. Is there anything else that we should know about this project, or about anything in general, life answers for what is the meaning of life? I'm just kidding.
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah. I haven't figured that out yet.
Oh, the meaning of life. My director is saying the meaning of life is 42. Is that right? Did I hear that right?
Have you not seen The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Oh, I don't know. No, yes, a long time ago. Anyways, okay, so there we have our answer. The meaning to life is the number 42. So you'll have to sort that out. I'm sure we'll lose sleep over it at different times, thinking about what does that even mean? What does 42 mean? I've got to figure it out. Anyways, cool. Barry, thanks so much for talking with us today. It's been super fun just to catch up a little bit before and even here just talking about this project. And so guys, check out Indiegogo campaign. We'll have the website up here for you to look at. You can go to check that out. Share it on your Facebook page. Share it on your Twitter. Take a screen cap of it. Throw it on your Instagram. Whatever social medias you're using. Share it. Get the word out and support local artists. Barry's not only a great musician, but he's a really great guy. And so I really like to see this album get funded and to see this dream become a reality for him. All right, guys, check us out next time. I'm Eric, reminding you that life is too short to not pursue what you're passionate about. Thanks so much.